Hey guys, Coach Justin here with your at-home workout of the day for Monday, March 1st. Our prep for today, we're going to start with 8 reps on each side of an adductor, a half kneeling adductor hinge, followed by 10 reps on each side of a side plank with clamshell, and finally a 40-second deep squat hold mobilization. So our adductor hinge, what you're going to do is set yourself up on one knee and then your other leg is straight on the inside edge. Okay. From here, you're going to push your hips back, kind of like a deadlift hinge. Allow your hips to move back towards your ankle over here and your chest to fall down towards the ground. You can even support yourself with your hands on the ground. Get a good deep stretch on the inside of that straightened leg and then come back up and back down and repeat. All right, so there is your adductor hinge. We're going to do 8 reps on each side there, followed by a side plank clamshell. Now, you're going to set yourself up in a side plank position with your knees bent, heels towards your butt, and bridge your hips up off the ground. Squeeze your butt forward, make sure you're in a straight line from your head to your knees. From here, your feet stay together, but your knees open up. Not only are you opening up through this hip, you're also driving through the ground with this hip. And then you come back down and open up again, and back down and repeat. So we're going to do 10 reps. Switch over to the other side and do 10 reps on the other side. Finally, we're going to do a deep squat hold. So if you've got good mobility through the spine and hips, you can try this up against the wall. Feet are going to be shoulder width. Reach way up along the wall and sink your hips down nice and low and try to stay as upright as you can without falling into the wall, without curling your spine. Nice and upright. Okay, if you have difficulties getting too close to a wall doing that, you can also grab onto a post or a beam and set yourself up there like that, reaching way up and trying to get that extension through that thoracic spine. So settle into that bottom position of the squat and you're going to hold that for 40 seconds. Then we're going to go back to the top. We'll go through all those 3 movements for 3 rounds, and that's your prep for today. All right, our strength for today, we're going to start with 8 reps on each side of a Bulgarian split squat jump, followed by 10 reps on each side of a dumbbell lateral lunge, and finally 10 reps on each side of a dumbbell dead bug. So our Bulgarian split squat jump, what you're going to do is set up in front of your couch or ottoman, elevate your toe onto the edge there. Okay, you don't want to be too far back, otherwise your shin's going to get in the way. You also don't want to dig your toe in, otherwise you're not going to get enough depth through that back leg. So on top of your foot here, you can do this with or without weight. I'll show you without first. Set yourself up such that when you get down here, your foot remains flat on the ground. You can reach your knee down, straight vertical with your femur on that trailing leg. Opposite arm and leg moving together. You're going to extend through your typical Bulgarian split squat, but then jump up off the ground. So it looks like this. Try to get up as high as you can, jumping off that planted foot in the front. Do your 8 reps, switch sides, 8 reps on the other side. If you want to try this with load, I recommend you hold this dumbbell on the side that your foot is elevated. So here my right foot's elevated, I'm going to hold it in my right hand, come down into that squat and jump up like that. So 8 reps on one side followed by 8 reps on the other side. Next, we're going to do a dumbbell lateral lunge. So if you start with the dumbbell in your right hand, you're going to step to your left side. Okay, so start with your feet underneath you. You're going to step away from the side that you have the dumbbell. Load up that knee and hip on that side. Try to keep this foot flat. Feel that stretch on the inside of that straightened leg, and then come back to where you started from. Okay, so for all 10 reps, this foot remains planted flat on the ground, pointing forward with the toe. And then you're going to switch sides and then perform all 10 reps on the other side. Finally, we're going to get into our dumbbell dead bug. So you're going to set yourself up on the ground on your back, hold the dumbbell in both hands like this. Dumbbell towards the sky, knees up towards the sky, feet up off the ground. Deep breath in, brace your core, try to keep that lower back close to the ground. You're lowering that dumbbell and lowering one leg at the same time towards the ground without touching. Come back up, lower the dumbbell again, but switch legs. Now you can have a slight bend in your elbows, especially if the weight is a little bit heavier, but try not to bend and straighten your arms through the range of motion. Try to keep a consistent bend if you are going to have a bend. The goal here, keep your core braced super tight the whole time. Keep your low back nice and close to the ground, so we're working on that core strength and stability. So 10 reps on each side, or 20 reps in total. We're gonna go through those 3 movements for 4 sets, and that's your strength for today. All right, our Metcon for today, we've got a 12-minute AMRAP, as many rounds and reps as possible in 12 minutes of 12 reverse lunges, followed by 3 burpees, followed by 12 single arm dumbbell push press, followed by 3 burpees before you go back to the top. Okay, so starting with our reverse lunges, you can do this with or without weight. I'll show you with weight. You're gonna hold this dumbbell at the chest, goblet position, step back, lunge, bring that knee, light touch to the ground, back to where you started, switch legs, knee to the ground, come back up once again for 12 reps in total. Then we go into our 3 burpees, so hands to the ground, jump back, chest to the ground, come up, jump up, and then feet leave the ground. Or you can step on your way down as well as on your way up, or any combination of jumping and stepping. So 3 burpees followed by 12 single arm dumbbell push presses. So take your dumbbell, hold it over top of one shoulder to start. You're gonna have your feet hip width apart, bend at the knees, drive through the legs. So when you load up through the legs and hips, try to keep your feet flat on the ground. Then you're gonna drive through, punch that weight up overhead, get that bicep nice and close to the ear before you load up and go again. So we're gonna do 12 reps total. That means you're gonna do 6 reps on one side before you switch to the other side and do 6 reps on the other side. And then finally, to finish off each round, you're gonna do another 3 reps of burpees before you go back to the top. We're gonna go through that for 12 minutes, as many rounds and reps as possible, and that's your Metcon for today.